Hi, everybody. As I said before, I'm in San Diego this morning. I've got a few minutes to myself while the boys are off looking for some tide pools. And then that's going to give me a chance to make this video and also hopefully catch up on some grading and any questions that you've asked me. Also, my summer class is starting on Monday, so I had already opened up the Canvas course, gave students the access to the syllabus and the orientation module. I opened that up last week. And then today I'm going to open up the first week's module and make a little welcome video walking them through it. All right, so for our course, what we have is for week 3, and let me just say first, if you haven't finished up the assignments for week 2, the due dates for all of the assignments for week 2, or the rest of the assignments for week 2 are due Sunday, so you're not late, but probably a good idea to stop this video, go back to week 2, finish up all the assignments, and then come back to this video. All right, so for week 3, we are looking at structuring your course modules, something called chunking, which is really, really important. How we decide how much information students can handle at a time and how we can give that to students. So we're really getting into course design here. And we're also going to be looking at a little bit more deeply at different kinds of assessments. So these are really a lot of the questions that you all have been asking me and talking about in the discussion, and also talking about in your reflections. So I think this is really timely information here. And there's the quiz covers all of this information on course design and chunking. Then we're going to get into talking about student-centered language. And that's what the discussion is all about. So I do want to take a look at the prompt for the discussion. So for this one, what the idea here is that you either write or rewrite some instructions or a prompt for any assessment for your course. And you're going to copy and paste or actually write out the instructions, the instruction prompt, either the whole entire thing or just part of it. And you're going to actually put it in this discussion here and then talk about it. So thinking about ways that you can really speak to students, come to their level, use language that is motivating to them, that is going to help them, that is positive, welcoming, and encouraging. Okay, so that's really what student-centered language is all about. And you're going to share some of that language here and then talk about the choices that you made. And then for the replies, you can talk about any of these questions here in the prompt. Okay, so let's pop out and take a look at the course design plan for the week. You will need to have finished that course map, the chart map that you made for week 2. And then what you are going to be doing here is you're going to be transferring that information into your sandbox. But you're just kind of putting the basic outline, or what I like to call the skeleton of your modules and your assessments. So you're actually going to build all of your modules that you'll have for your entire course, and then you're going to put placeholders for assessments. I am not going to be clicking into the assessments to, look at them to see if you have anything written. So if you already have content, either you're borrowing from someone or you have content already built up yourself, that's fine to have it at this point. I'm just not going to be looking at it. What I'm going to be looking at is the structure of your modules and your assessments. Okay, and then what I really want to make sure that you're doing also is leaving a comment. So I have a couple, questions, a couple things that I need to know when I'm looking at your module structure. I know that I have asked you already these questions, and most all of you have given me this information, but I want to have it right here at my fingertips while I'm looking at your sandbox. So, how many weeks does your course cover? And then tell me again, is your course hybrid? Is it fully online? The answer to that question is going to determine how exactly your course is ultimately set up. And then I also am just curious at this point whether you are building everything from scratch, or if you're importing content. Are you importing the whole entire course? Are you importing some of the course that's it's already built and you are modifying it? Just give me any of those details to help me understand exactly where you're at. And then if there's anything else that you can think that I need to know at that point, just also include that in the comment. And then you're just going to grab the URL from your modules area, and you're going to submit that. Okay. And then for the reflection, we are going to start looking at RSI. So regular and substantive interaction. This is really, really essential for online teaching. We're just getting introduced to the topic here in week 3, and then we're going to come back to it for a really deep dive in week 6. Okay, so towards the end of the course. All right. Let me know if you have any problems or questions. Like I said, I will be back on Sunday evening, and it'll probably take me at least a day or so to recover from this vacation. So I may be a little slow in responding to you, but keep in contact with me. I hopefully can answer any questions that you have, and just let me know, what's going on. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what you come up with for the discussion and the reflection this week. All right, I will be talking to you later. Bye-bye.